for tracking it. NBA Finals tickets, always pricey, but this year they are hitting eye-popping levels. We are talking four figures just to get in the door. And that's for not a courtside seat here. Okay, so joining us to break down what's behind these prices and what it says about the business of sports is Alec Jaquez with the Groundwork Collaborative, also a former White House economics staffer. So thanks so much for joining us today for some of this insight.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk numbers. How much does it cost to get into a finals game in New York versus San Antonio?
So right now we have tip-off tonight in San Antonio. Tickets are, just to get in, again, the cheapest seats that you can get, going for about $800, and that goes up to over $1,100 for Game 2. But if you travel a few thousand miles to New York, where Game 3 is going to happen, you can't get in the door for less than $4,000. Courtside seats are going for $200,000 at Madison Square Garden. The prices are simply outrageous. This isn't to say that the prices in San Antonio are cheap, but they're about 4 times less than what you're getting in New York.
I wish you could have seen the way that my jaw just dropped when you said some of those figures there. Makes you feel a little lucky to be here in Texas right now. So let's talk about the drivers behind these price hikes, particularly some of those eye-popping figures that you just shared.
Sure. So some of it is just the demand. There are fans in New York City and all over the country who want to see the first Knicks finals since 1999, and they are traveling. One stat I saw that about 20% of the tickets bought for San Antonio for tonight's game were bought by credit card billing addresses from New York and New Jersey. So you're seeing a lot of fans travel, and they have a lot of money. But part of it is just the way that tickets and sports have evolved over the last several decades. We are increasingly seeing that these games and these leagues are catering to a wealthier and wealthier audience, putting out more luxury offerings, box seats, floor seats, and really making these ticket prices out of reach for working families. Was looking at the last time the Knicks were in the finals in 1999, the Game 1 tickets were $15. Right now, you'd be lucky to get a hot dog for $15 in San Antonio and certainly in Madison Square Garden.
Now, who is benefiting the most here from these top dollar tickets? Is it the teams, the league, or really just the resale market?
It's definitely the teams in the league who are taking a healthy chunk of all of these ticket proceeds, not just, of course, on face value, but then the cuts of some of these resale markets. But yes, you hit the nail on the head, is that these Ticketmaster has a monopoly over the resale market. You have the Spurs telling season ticket owners that they're not allowed to sell their tickets for the finals in unauthorized resale markets. And so you have a monopoly platform right now, basically, that's taking a cut off of every single ticket that's sold and driving those prices way up. You see those fees are sometimes as much as 10, 15, 20% of the overall costs.
You mentioned some historical context for us so that we could understand these numbers, but how do this year's numbers compare to even just recent years? Is this been a slow build, or are we seeing really a spike this year given who's playing?
It seems certainly this year is going to top historic records for average prices throughout the game. Of course, we won't know exactly what the figures are until after the finals, but last year was down just a bit after an average price of rising from about $1,000 in 2021 to about $1,100, $1,200 over the last couple years. With the Knicks and Madison Square Garden tickets starting at $4,000 and only getting higher, we're going to see a record-setting average ticket price to get into the finals this year.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to get your crystal ball out. Do you see these outrageous ticket prices continuing in years to come? I know we've seen a lot of pushback, at least in the music industry, to cap prices and control that resale market. Will that enter the sports arena as well?
You're only going to get it when fans decide that they've had enough, which you mentioned. They've done that in the live music and live theater venues, and it may come to sports. If enough people get fed up about these high prices and start pushing back in a real way, I think you could see some of the same options that are being put forward to cap the resale value, cap the multiples of face value that you're able to resell tickets for. We're seeing it with the World Cup tickets. In most other countries, when FIFA runs the World Cup, they have strict laws about reselling, about the profits that the platforms and FIFA can take. But in the United States, they're reaching tens of thousands of dollars, and it's the Wild West, and people are shocked.
Man, lots to dig into, lots to watch in the years to come, but also just the games to come. So Alex with the Groundwork Collaborative, thank you so much for the interesting insight into what's going on when people are logging on and trying to get those seats. We appreciate it.